Hello everyone, this is In-Game Arts with another boxing breakdown and a demo. This is Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered Twin Pack Edition for the Nintendo Switch. Now bear in mind this is an import physical copy, and currently I'm making this video. There were no physical copies available for the US or PAL regions of this collection. It's only available as a Japan or Asia physical release. Nextly, this is only available physically for the Nintendo Switch. So it is disappointing that this physical copy is only available in one region and only one platform. But Final Fantasy VII did not have no updates available, but Final Fantasy VIII Remastered did have a 200 to 300 megabyte update available. Final Fantasy VII does come with the update version 1.01 already on the cartridge, but sadly Final Fantasy VIII Remastered only comes with no updates available, so it's only the version 1.0.0. So they're just saying one is fully updated version while the other one does have a 200 to 300 megabyte update. Not the biggest deal, it's not the biggest size update, but it's bare mentionable. Nextly, these are not straight ports versions of the PS1 versions. These are the remastered versions of the game. So basically, they got the a lot of the bug fixes for the games, as well as graphics has been sharpened and improved, and sound quality has been improved a little bit. But some might be disappointed that it didn't change the resolution for HD. It's still the standard video resolution. Some might be discouraged by this, but it doesn't make that big of a deal for me, for someone who still constantly plays retro games. But for a remastered, it is kind of just disappointing that it's still using standard video resolution. Nextly, these are not just basic version or just upgrades. They did add a few functions to the game for the base versions. They have an L3 button, an R3 button, and L3 and R3 at the same time. L3 will make the game an easy mode, where you will instantly heal all your life and get your limit break immediately. Basically, it turns the game into easy mode in case you want to breeze through the game with no difficulty, where you can't die and you can constantly use your most powerful attack. Now, R3 will turn the game in 3 times the speed mode. This will make the game run faster, dialogue, and so forth, so in case you want to speed through the game, or you're busy trying to grind up experience, and you're just ready to just get through the game and make yourself OP or overpowering really quickly. I found it really useful for grinding and just overall just trying to get through the story. Now, if you hit L3 and R3 at the same time, this will disable random encounters, in case you just want to go through the game and not have to battle. It's just a function to make your life a little bit easier. Both of these, all 3 of these features are available for Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, so very nice. Now, another thing I need to stress is that Final Fantasy VIII has some minor censorship done to its remake of remastering. Basically, one of the summons has been added more outfit, as well as one of the main characters in the game has had her outfit changed a little bit. Some might get aggravated by this, others may not see no big deal about it, but it is altering the original art. So I'm not a fan of anything being altered from the original work. I am bugged by this a little bit, but at least it's not the biggest deal, like some other censorship we have been seeing from Sony themselves. But I do want to mention that 8 has some minor censorship done to it. But overall, the game ran great and both played really good. I enjoyed both playing them both. They were just legendary remasters that see these games re-brought back. Me personally, I'm really glad to see these games get another physical release. If we recall, the only physical release that was ever made for these games were for the PS1, other than a few minor PC releases. But I'm just glad to see these games get another physical release. That way there's another copy out there with these legendary games all on a physical copy. I am, though, disappointed that Final Fantasy IX isn't part of this, as well as that I do not understand why it was only available for the Nintendo Switch. I would have loved to have all 3, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, and Final Fantasy IX, all on one disc for the PS4. These old classical ones. These are games that are legendary to me. I love them dearly, and I'm proud to have the original ones on my shelf, and I'm happy to have the eventual remakes and reboots and reimagines they will eventually come out, but I will still always love the original ones. They're timeless, they're wonderful, and despite other people's claims of newer gen gamers and just upstart gamers and so forth, the classic ones are timeless. Their gameplay are not outdated, their functions and playstyle and just characters and environments are not old and just repetitive or whatever you want to call it. They're just a magic game design for its time point, and I don't think any kind of game style is ever outdated. I personally never believe that. But these games are fun, and I'm glad to have them physically, and hopefully we'll get another physical copy available down the road for Final Fantasy IX. And please, 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 can we get the PSP version of Final Fantasy Tactics on physical copy for next generation consoles? I would really appreciate that. I really want to play that, but I haven't been able to because I can't play handhelds. But these games are great, and I love 7 the most. Final Fantasy 7 and 9 are my most favorite Final Fantasies, right next to Final Fantasy Tactics. I readily admit I'm not the biggest fan of 8, but I know the game is loved by many people, and it's maybe just not a game for me. But I can still see why people love it and why it's considered one of the best Final Fantasy games out there, right next to Final Fantasy VI and so forth. I'm glad to have them both, and I do recommend this collection, especially if you're a physical collector or if you're a fan of just 7 or 8 or both. They're great, and I love the additions they added to it, and the graphical enhancements are gorgeous to look at too. They really did a great job with the remodeling and smoothing out the characters and bringing it into an HD picture. Other than just the resolution could have been fixed, but it's not that big of a deal for me. So, like always, I will leave links down in the description, and hopefully maybe we can get like limit run games, or maybe Fan Gamer or whoever to maybe do a physical run for PS4, and maybe we can get 7, 8, 9, and please Final Fantasy Tactics, please, please, please Final Fantasy Tactics, another physical rerun, because they deserve it. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!